day everyone! Today, we'll be discussing the anatomical and physiological examination using rat's anatomy or rat dissection laboratory report. So, let's start. In the field of biological sciences, anatomy is a study of human, animals, plants, and other living organisms' internal and external body structure. On the other hand, the term physiology is interconnected with anatomy since it is the study of the functions of living organisms and its various parts. And by studying the structures and functions of an organism, dissection and observation can be done. If we recall, the students performed a dissection using the frog to show and observe some of the evidences of evolution. In this laboratory report, the students will provide data and information as they perform dissection using freshly killed rat to perform a cursory study of the majority of organ systems. Since rats and humans have considerable anatomically and physiological similarities, much will be learned here about human anatomy. Before the students perform dissection, it was first ensured that the materials to be used are good and can function properly to avoid some possible accidents, and the students also conducted a review regarding the 11 body system. It includes the following: integumentary system, skeletal system, muscular system, lymphatic system, respiratory system, digestive system, nervous system, endocrine system, circulatory system, urinary system, and reproductive systems. And because the human, like rat, considered vertebrates, specifically mammals, it is easier to observe the human anatomy using the rat by dissection to observe the various organs and organ systems. Most of the mice and rats used in medical trials are inbred, so they are almost identical, genetically helping to make the results of medical trials more uniform. Another reason they are used as models in medical testing is that their genetic, biological, and behavior characteristics closely resemble those of humans.
The classification of the rat, or Ratus norvegicus. So it came from the kingdom of Animalia and the phylum of Chordata. The subphylum is Vertebrata and the class of Mammalia. The order is Rodentia from the family of Moridae in the genus of Ratus. The species is norvegicus. So take note that dissection does not mean to cut up, rather it means to expose for viewing. Therefore, the students follow the instructions outlined in their laboratory manual given by the teacher for proper dissection technique, and students never cut more than necessary to expose an organ. Students raise structures they wish to cut with forceps so that they can see what lies underneath. Students also approach the dissection in a step-like manner by not discarding any organs until all sections are completed. So take note that there are two hypotheses. First is the alternative hypothesis, where the students will be able to locate and observe all of the organ system that can be found in the rat's anatomy, and examine the functions of the organs in every system. So for the second hypothesis, we have the null hypothesis, where the students will not be able to find all of the organ system in the rat's anatomy, but some of the organs can be seen.
These are the materials for our rat dissection. Safety goggles may be used to protect the eye against particles, chemicals, water, glare, and from things striking the eyes. Face mask helps stop droplets from being spread by the person wearing them. Face covering helps to avoid the spreading of the virus by stopping the respiratory droplets which contains viral particles. Laboratory gown reduce harm to the body and clothing not only during the active handling of chemical hazards but also as a protection against spills, explosions, and other unexpected events that can occur inside the lab. Dissecting kit. This dissecting set includes tools such as dissecting scissors, forceps, tweezers, dissecting needles, scalpel blades, and more to open and closely investigate the anatomy of dissection specimens. Gloves prevent contamination of healthcare professionals' hands and help reduce the spread of virus. Zornrox or bleaching agent. This is a material alternative for chloroform. Push pins to hold the rat while performing dissection. Camphor or mothballs helps to kill the rat inside the container by poisoning it using its odor. Acetone. This is another alternative material for chloroform. Preserved rat. This is the specimen or living organism used for dissection.
These are the procedures for this activity. Number 1. Kill the rat with chloroform. They use acetone and bleach as an alternative, creating a chloroform. Mix 100 ml bleach and acetone. Wait until the mixture reacts. The mixture should then be stirred until it turns white. Set aside in a secure area. Number 2. Place the specimen on a dissecting tray and fix it with pins passing through the limbs. Number 3. With a pair of forceps, lift the skin of the abdomen and make a small cut in the center. Number 4. Then, make an incision from the genital opening to the snout. Number 5. Separate the skin from the underlying muscles by transverse incision down the length of the limbs and pin it down. Number 6. Identify the muscles and bones of the legs. Then, in the posterior region, make a transverse incision on the abdominal wall. Number 7. Cut the ribs up to the anterior edge of the thoracic cavity on both sides, laterally and anteriorly. cut the clavicles and the muscles, then lift the sternum and cut the attachment of the diaphragm to the abdominal wall. Number 9. Identify each abdominal organs.
Results and observation. These are the structures or organs. For respiratory system, we have trachea, lungs, diaphragm, bronchi. And for digestive system, we have liver, esophagus, stomach, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, spleen, and cecum. For circulatory system, we have heart, superior vena cava, pulmonary artery, aorta or aortic arc, right and left atrium, right and left ventricle. And lastly, for urinary reproductive system, we have kidneys, adrenal glands, ovaries, female only, and testes for male only. Body systems. We have integumentary system. Parts found in rat's anatomy are skin and hair. For muscular system, skeletal muscles, cardiac muscles, and smooth muscles. For skeletal system, bones. Circulatory system, blood, heart, and blood vessels. For respiratory system, lungs. For reproductive system, penis. Urinary system, kidney. For digestive system, stomach, liver, pancreas, small and large intestine.
Now let's discuss the different body system and its definition, function, and organs. First is the integumentary system. The integumentary system is the largest organ of the body that forms a physical barrier between the external environment and the internal environment that it serves to protect and maintain. The integumentary system includes skin, epidermis, dermis, hypodermis, associated glands, hair, and nails. In addition to its barrier function, this system performs many intricate functions as body temperature regulation, cell fluid maintenance, synthesis of vitamin D, and detection of stimuli. Next is the muscular system. This includes three types of muscles: smooth, cardiac, and skeletal. Smooth muscle are found in the walls of hollow internal organs such as inside the stomach or blood vessels. These muscles are not under conscious control and are called involuntary muscles. Smooth muscle contacts to exert pressure on the space inside the tube or organ it surrounds in order to move material through it. Cardiac muscle tissue is found only in the heart. These cells contain a single nucleus and have striations made up of organized proteins, filaments that are involved in contraction of the muscle. Cardiac muscle has the unique ability to contract without first being stimulated by nervous tissue. Skeletal muscle are usually attached to bones in the low body movement. They can be controlled by conscious effort, so they are called voluntary muscles. Skeletal muscle tissue is made up of long, thread-like cells called fibers, which have alternating dark and light striations. Each fiber has many nuclei. Then, the skeletal system. The skeletal system consists of the ischial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. The ischial skeleton supports the head and includes the skull and the bones of the back and the chest. The appendicular skeleton contains the bones associated with the limbs. The entitled skeleton, which is made up of 206 bones, has many functions. It provides support for the softer underlying tissues, proves a place for muscle attachment, provide vital organs, manufacture blood vessels, and serve as a storehouse for calcium and phosphorus. Also, the circulatory system. This system includes the heart, blood, and blood vessels, arteries, veins, and capillaries. The blood carries oxygen from the lungs and nutrients from the digestive tract to all body cells. Blood also carries hormones to their target cells, carbon dioxide back to the lungs, and other waste products to the excretory system. Then, the respiratory system. The organs of the respiratory system exchange gases between blood and the air. During inhalation, oxygen in the air passes in the blood from small air sacs called alveoli in the lungs. Body cells use oxygen to break down glucose to make ATP needed for metabolism. Carbon dioxide is produced by the breakdown of glucose and is transported to the lungs by the blood. In the lungs, carbon dioxide diffuses out of the blood and into the alveoli. It is forced out of the lungs during exhalation. The major organs of the respiratory system are the nasal cavity, the pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, and the lungs. The organs of the nervous system includes the brain, spinal cord, nerves, and sensory receptors. These organs contain nerve cells called neurons that conduct impulses. Nerve impulses allow the neurons to communicate with each other and with the cells of muscles and glands. Each impulse consists of an electrical charge that travels a length of a neuron's cell membrane. Between neurons, there is a small gap called a synapse. When one neuron is stimulated, it releases chemicals called neurotransmitters into the synapse, which stimulates a change in electrical charge in the next neuron. Nerve impulses travel through the body this way from neuron to neuron. Fifth is the reproductive system. It is involved in the production of gametes. The male reproductive system produces and maintains sperm cells and transfers them into the female reproductive duct. The female reproductive system produces and maintains egg cells, receives a sperm cell, and supports the development of the fetus.
Urinary system. Metabolic waste products are created during the breakdown of amino acids. The urinary system removes this metabolic waste from the blood, maintains the balance of water and salts in the blood, stores waste in the form of urine, and transports urine out of the body. Digestive system. The digestive system receives food and breaks it down so it can be absorbed by the body cells. The digestive system also eliminates food materials that are not digested or absorbed. Food are broken down into simpler molecules that can move through cell membranes and be transported to all parts of the body by the bloodstream of the lymphatic vessels. The digestive system includes the mouth, tongue, teeth, salivary glands, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, and small and large intestine. Endocrine system. The endocrine system controls all of the metabolic activities of the body structures. This system includes all of the glands in the body that secrete chemical messenger called hormones. Hormones travel in the bloodstream to target cells, where they alter the metabolism of the target cell. Some of the major endocrine glands include the pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, adrenals, pancreas, ovaries, and testes. Lymphatic system. Fluids leak out of capillaries and the body tissues. The lymphatic system transports thus tissue fluid back into the bloodstream. The lymphatic system also plays an important role in immunity, as tissue fluids pass through lymphatic vessels and lymph nodes. These disease-causing pathogens and other foreign substances are filtered out and destroyed. The lymphatic system includes the lymph nodes, tonsils, the thymus glands and spleen. The T cells mature in the thymus. The spleen stores both T cells and B cells.
Image number 1 shows a clearer view of rat's anatomy together with the organs connected with each other to form an organ system, while the image number 2 shows the different organs of the rat when it is separated from its body. This is to clearly see what's the organ look alike separately or separated from its corresponding system, except for the digestive system that has become an example of intact body system. While Table 5 shows the side-by-side comparison of human anatomy and rat anatomy. As you can see, there are not that much observable difference between the two except the size. Even the organs are similarly structured to each other.
After conducting or performing dissection, the students gathered some information and observed different things about the anatomy of a rat consisting different organs. Unlike human anatomy, the rat's organs and organ system are smaller, so some of them are not very visible to the eyes of the students. but other organs are visible and it is undeniable that its appearance is similar to the organs of human anatomy. Table number 2 shows the list of different organs that the students are expected to identify. Listed in the table are only 5 organ systems, including its organ, such as digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, urinary system, and the reproductive system. Because its organs have a larger size unlike other organs such as in the nervous system, which is the nerve cell in the brain. It is not visible during the dissection because the rat cells in the spinal cord, which could only be seen in the backbone, were not cut. Another example is the lymphatic system, which was also not observed by the students because its components such as thymus, tonsils, bone marrow, Peyer's patches, and mucous membranes are too small.
According to table number 3, some organs are visible and have been observed and identified. The students research to find out which system it belongs to and its function in the body of living organisms such as humans and the rats used in the experiment. The students saw the skin and hair of the rat belonging to the integumentary system. The muscular system can also be seen in the rat's anatomy, such as the skeletal muscle attached to the rat bone, cardiac muscle that forms the heart, and smooth muscles found in the hollow or internal organs such as the liver, pancreas, and the intestine. Students also observed some of the bones that make up the skeletal system in the rat body, such as the backbone, rib cage, femur, tibia in the legs, radius, humerus in the arms, skull, and nasal bone. The students in the respiratory system identified only one organ, the left and the right lungs. In the reproductive system, the penis was detected because the students used male rats, so students observed no female reproductive organs. In the urinary system, the ureters and the left and right kidneys are visible. Heart, blood vessels, and blood make up the circulatory system, which was also well identified by the students, but not all blood vessels and parts of the heart because they are so small. The ones with the most organs identified by the students were the organs of digestive system such as the liver, stomach, pancreas, and small and large intestine. But on the other hand, many organs in the organ system are not visible in the dissection performed, such as the organs of the nervous system, endocrine system, and the lymphatic system. Still, their definition and functions are given in table number 4, including some of the organs belonging to 11 body systems of living organisms, especially mammals. Table 5 shows the similarity of location and formation of organs or organ systems of human anatomy and rat's anatomy, proving that the same organism belongs to the same kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, and class Mammalia.
And we are now in a conclusion part of the laboratory report. Based on the dissection conducted using the rat's body, the students conclude that the null hypothesis in the introduction part is correct, while the alternative hypothesis is rejected, because according to the students' observation on the structures of the rat, students did not identify some of the organs such as the organs mentioned in the discussion part because some organs are very small but some were identified and the students found out its meaning and functions in the body of the rat that is also connected to its function in the human body. Human anatomy and rat's anatomy have the same features in terms of organs, organ system, and its formation inside the body. Both of the two living organisms have the same organs such as heart, lungs, stomach, kidney, brain, liver, pancreas, intestine, and etc. that makes up the 11 body systems. Another reason why they both possess same characteristics is because of their classification. Rats and humans came from the same kingdom, phylum, and class. Dissection of rat performed by the students can be used to explore the internal structures and functions of basic mammalian anatomy. For the recommendations, because of the rejected alternative hypothesis, students would like to recommend that it is necessary to use larger living organisms that can be used to identify organs and organ system as a study of the structures of the human body and its functions. Dogs, cats, pigs, or any mammals larger than rats can be dissected for a clearer view of the organs and proper observations. But it is still worth considering respecting the lives of animals, even though it is suggested to expose students to the dissection of animals to make it easier to study human anatomy and physiology, and it is known by the phrase, killing, compassion, and love.
And this is the end of our video presentation. Thank you for watching.